Okay, an ellipse is a set of points where the sum of the distances from any point on the ellipse to two fixed points called the foci, or the focus for one, foci for plural. This is the standard form of an ellipse. It's similar to a circle, but notice that we have values a squared and b squared in the denominator. Also, these equal to 1. So we have to keep them in mind. They're oval-shaped graph. They can be vertical or horizontal, and that would be the way. A horizontal would be longer this way. A vertical would be longer that way. And then this formula here, we have an a value, which is below the x, or it should be the higher of the values, and then the b value is the lower value, and then c is the foci. That's how we get that. So the vertices are the A, the covertices are the B, and the foci is the C. Vertices and covertices are on the same line. Okay, so we're going to show the comparison between the horizontal major axis and vertical major axis. The thing to concentrate on is when you see the difference is when the value that is larger, wherever that's located, determines what kind of ellipse we have, a vertical or horizontal. So keeping that in mind. We're going to start off and we're going to start these centers at 0. And then I'm going to make my A value in the horizontal. Let's make that 5. Oops, I used the wrong pen. So these are for the vertices. And on the horizontal, I'm going to make it 5. And then my B value, let's make it 3. And these would be the co-vertices. And so here, those would be the co-vertices. And then I'm going to make my foci. I'm going to make them 4, and they're on the same axis as the vertices. And so this is a horizontal ellipse with a major axis, and this is the vertical major axis. So they're very similar, it's just where the longer piece is. So when I take a look at this, my x is longer than my y, and that's what makes it horizontal or vertical. Okay, so we have an ellipse, and we're going to fill out the major attributes. So I can look inside, and here the x is plus 3, so it's x minus negative 3, so that would be negative 3, and this would be positive 1. The larger number is under the x, so that's going to be horizontal. The a value is the square root of 25, which is 5. The b value is the square root of 9 is 3. And then since this is an addition, remember we're going to do c squared. Oops. Oh my goodness, sorry. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. So I've got 25 minus 9 is 16. So my c value is 4. So my foci is 4. So I'm going to go put this on. I'm going to go and put on my center at negative 3, positive 1. And now I'm going to go and put on my major axis is 5. My minor axis is 3. So I'm just going from the center, counting up and down, left and right 5, up and down 3. And then the foci is at 4. And there is my ellipse graphed. So now I can write the ordered pairs of my vertices by just finding their location. If the center is at -3 and I go left 5, that's at -8, still stays at 1. And then -3 plus 5 will give me 2, 1. Then my minor axis is going up and down 3. So if I'm over at 1, I would add 3. So I'm at -3, and I would add 1 and go up to 4. I'm at -3, and I go down, I'm at -2. And then my foci is on the major axis. So instead of going left 5, I go left 4 and get at -7, 1. And then go right 4, and I get at 1, 1. And those are the ordered pair for each of the vertices, covertices, and the foci. Now the major axis length is just double what the A value is. So if A is 5, the major is 10. The minor is 3, so the length is 6. Domain is how far left and right. So the furthest we are is at -8. And the furthest right we are is at 2. And then the range is bottom to top, so the furthest down it goes is -2. And the furthest up it goes is 4. Okay, so now we have another one. Take a look at it. I can see what my center is, and that is -4, so it's at +4 plus 2, that's at -2. The larger number is under the Y, so this is going to make this a vertical. So that still makes the larger numbers the A, so that's 7. The B is 4. So now I'm going to do C squared equals to the A squared minus the B squared. So C squared is going to equal 33. So C equals the square root of 33. And just for graphing purposes, that's about 5.7. So square root 33 is what the C value is. Now we're going to go put this into action. I'm going to put my center on at 4, -2. And then I'm going to go up 7, down 7. So there's my major axis. I'm going to go back to the center and go left 4 and right 4. Then I'm going to go put the foci on, and that's at like 5.7. So about right there. And about right there. And so here is my ellipse. So now my vertices are going to be at over 4 and up to 5, because from -2 plus 7 is 5, and then 4, -2 minus 7 is -9. And now my co-vertices, this is over at 0 and down to 2, because I'm going from 4 and go left 4, so that's at 0. And then I go right 4, that's at 8. And then my foci is on the major axis, so that is where I go over 4, and I would start at -2 and add root 33. And then 4, I'd be at -2 minus root 33, and that would be the foci. Now we go think about the major axis. If A is 7, the length is 14. If B is 4, the minor axis is 8. So now my domain, the farthest left is 0, and I go to 8. And in my range, the farthest down I go is 9, and up to 5. Okay, now this one is not in standard form, so I need to do that. It's not equal to 1, so we're going to divide everything by 36. So this becomes x squared over 9 plus y squared over 36 equals 1. This makes this a vertical because the larger number is under y squared. So my center is at 0, 0. And we already determined it's vertical because the number under y squared is larger. My a value is 6 because the square root of 36. My b value is 3 because the square root of 9 is 3. And then c squared equals 36 minus 9. So c squared equals 27. And so c is, 3 root 3. And this is about 5.2 for graphing purposes. So 3 root 3 is my c value. So now I'm going to go graph. I start at 0, 0. And I go up 6, down 6, left 3, right 3. Then I'm going to put my foci on the major axis at about 5.2. So just above 5. I think that's above 4. So just up above and down below. And there it is graphed. So now my vertices come from the major axis. That's at 0, 6 and 0, negative 6 because I'm going up 6 and down 6 from 0. And then my co-vertices are left, so 0 minus 3 is negative 3, 0, and 0 plus 3 is 3, 0. And my foci is on the major axis, so that's 0, and then up 3 root 3, and then 0 down 3 root 3. My major axis, since the A is 6, it's 12. The minor axis, since B is 3, it is 6. My domain, the farthest left I go is negative 3. The farthest right is positive 3. My range, the farthest down is negative 6. And the farthest up is positive 6. Okay, write the equation of the ellipse in standard form. So that's complete the square. So I'm going to put my x terms together. So x squared plus 6x plus blank plus 4y squared minus 8y plus blank equals negative 9 plus blank plus blank. So half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Add that to both sides. Now on this one, I have to factor that 4 out. So 4, and this is y squared minus 2y plus blank. And now I look in here, and half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1. But when I add it to the other side, I've got to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4, so that's what gets put over there. Now I'm going to factor this, and this becomes x plus 3 squared plus 4, y minus 1 squared equals 4. Now I'm going to divide everything by 4 because I need to make it equal to 0. So this is x plus 3 squared over 4 plus y minus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. So I have a horizontal ellipse because the value underneath the x is larger. Okay, write an equation and graph an ellipse with a center at 1, negative 3. So that's my HK. And a major axis length of 10, so that makes the A 5. And the minor axis length of 8, so that makes the B 4. Doesn't tell me if this major horizontal axis, so this is underneath the x squared. So I'm going to write the equation, and I'm going to get x minus 1 squared over 25 plus y minus negative 3 squared over 16 equals 1. So I've got a 1, 3 over 5 both ways. and then up 4. And this is the equation. Okay, write an equation of ellipse with a major axis endpoints at 10, 2 and negative 8, 2. The foci are at 6, 2 and negative 4, 2. So that tells me that my center, I know for sure, has a y-coordinate of 2. Now I take a look at the x values of 10 and negative 8, and I can find the midpoint of those. So 10 plus negative 8 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. So my center is at 1, 2. And now I look, and from 10 to negative 8, that space is 18. So half of that is 9, so my A value is 9. Then I look at the foci, and that is going to give me between 6 and negative 4. Oops, sorry. Minus 4 minus negative 4. That equals 10, and half of 10 is 5. So my C value is 5. So now I'm going to do C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So C squared is 25 equals 81 minus B squared. I'm going to subtract that 81 and get negative 56 equals negative B squared. So B squared equals positive 56. So B is going to be 2 root 14, which I don't really need. I need the 56. So now my equation is going to be x minus 1 squared over 9 squared, which is 81, plus y minus 2 squared over 56, because that's b squared, equals to 1. And there's our equation.